So I'm going to show you a technique to see how fast your Mac laptop is charging and how to make it charge a lot faster. And this will also work on any Apple USB-C device, really almost any USB-C device at all, but especially MacBook Airs, MacBook Pros, the new iPads, and any USB-C device. So this is on a MacBook Air. It's a few years old, and I go to the Apple, I go down to About This Mac, it'll give me this screen. Then I go to System Report. So I click on that, and I go over here to Power. Now I scroll down, all the way down, and under AC charger information, I can see that I'm charging at 5 watts. At 5 watts, this is going to drain faster than it's going to charge. This is using a standard USB-C to USB-A cable under a 12-volt car charger. Now I can get up to 45 watts. I know it might even be higher than that, but I know I can at least get up to 45 watts charging this MacBook Air. You can use a higher charging rate for the MacBook Pros, but for the MacBook Air, 45 watts is the max that I've seen, and that's on the home charger. So let's see if I can bump this speed up a bit. So what I'm going to do is take out this USB car adapter, and you'll see it goes into power saving mode. And if I hit Command R on the keyboard, Command R, then as I refresh and go down to power, it will show not charging. So charging, no. All right, so what I'm going to do next is show you a 12-volt adapter that has a higher power, and it uses USB-C to USB-C. Again, the ports on the MacBook Airs, all the new MacBook Pros are USB-C. So I want a dedicated USB-C charger. This is the old style, the USB-A. This is USB-C. The USB-C cables can handle far higher current, higher watts. And if I remember the formula correctly, it's watts equals current times voltage. So 12 volts is going to be the most voltage you're going to get. The fluctuation will be the current. Now, if you look on any 12-volt adapter, it will give you the specs. It will show you what the max charging rate is. And this one is showing the max charging rate of 20 volts. I don't think it's going to do 20. It's 15. Anyways, you'll see. It'll be faster. I don't need to waste your time with that. It's really hard to read. And I don't see how it could be 20 volts in a car adapter that does 12 volts unless it is some kind of inverter or converter. Anyways, that's not the point of this video. Somebody can explain that better than I can. So USB-C. This is a USB-C to USB-C cable. Now first I can unplug the old one. I'm going to plug in the USB-C cable. Doesn't matter which port. And now it's powered. Now I hit Command R. I'm going to zoom in, scroll down, and now we're charging at 30 watts. All right. 30 watts is quite an improvement. You know, it's about 6 times what we had before. I guess it's exactly 6 times. So we were at 5 watts before. Now we're at 30 watts. This is going to charge much faster now. This will probably be fast enough to charge slightly more power than we consume as we're using it, depending on, you know, if we have another device plugged in, if we're using Wi-Fi, if we're using a lot of the processor, the brightness is all the way up, Bluetooth, that's going to use as much power as possible, so it might just break even and stay steady. If you close your iPad, put it to sleep, or better yet, turn it off, it will charge faster. But let's see if we can get it even higher speed, even faster charging with more watts, higher watts. So what we're going to do is unplug this one, and this is so far the fastest, the highest wattage charger I've seen. It's 45 watt power delivery. So what we're going to do is plug this in, and again, it's USB-A and USB-C. We're using the USB-C port. Plug it in. Hit refresh, scroll down, and check this out. 45 watts. 45 watts from a 12-volt car adapter. So this really saves me a lot of headache and a lot of space when I'm traveling overseas. Almost every car now has a 12-volt socket. Literally, I haven't seen any cars that don't have at least a few, let alone one. So if you can bring your USB-C charger and your USB-C cable, you can quickly, much faster than your normal charging setup, charge in your car. It probably will charge even faster than at your hotel, because generally the hotels only have the USB-A port, by the bedside, by the desk, and that obviously will charge at a fraction of the speed, 5 watts, as you saw with that standard USB cable. So you will literally charge your laptop faster in the car than you will at the hotel. It's 12 volts. It's not converting AC to DC as you have to do with the home or office plug. It's just DC to DC, and 45 watts is far more than enough to charge this thing as you're using it. So I hope this little tip helps out, and let me know if you have any suggestions or if you appreciate it. Love to hear back from you.